I never saw herbalism as a source of income. That's actually a strange thing for us to say that, but herbalism had given me health, it had given me food, it had given me companionship, it had given me purpose. It was almost a turnoff at first of like, no, this isn't how I want to make my money. I want to offer this to people and I want to show them this amazing thing, but I don't expect it to pay my bills. I don't know.
Well, honestly, it got a little out of control at our house before we opened the shop.
Herbs.
People were just coming in to get the tea that Leah made them in our living room.
My hangover tea. That was the one that I would make a hangover tea. And people would just come to the porch and talk about the hangover tea.
We made a lot of teas for musicians who were on the road.
Yeah, the sing tea.
A lot of friends and family members who had particular health issues, and they just heard that Leah could talk to them and formulate an herbal blend just for them. And it got to be where we were doing that every evening. Mm-hmm. Just making teas, bagging teas on our coffee table.
Mm-hmm. We were not selling these public. These were just and, people would come around for it. Yeah.
And eventually we
were that weird house.
Yeah, just people kept coming up to the door.
It probably looked like we were selling drugs.
Walking away with a little brown bag. Yeah. And we're like, we need to go legit.
Yeah.
And start paying some taxes. So. No, I mean, you know what I'm saying.
I don't.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm Leah, and this is Joel Larabell, and we own High Garden Tea. High Garden Tea was never started as a business. It was my passion for herbalism. I had my own health needs, found an herbalist willing to teach me. It changed my life. And I saw that herbs, there wasn't the question of if herbs work, they just did. And so I just studied and studied and studied, and I started wanting a little shop in town that I could go and grab an ounce of, hyssop or grab an ounce of pipsissewa, and it didn't exist. And so I wanted to change that, and so my very kind husband, were you husband yet? Yeah.
Almost.
At the time was willing to put up this little 200 square foot shop and make a little herbal apothecary. And we didn't know if it would work or not. Well, lo and behold, customers came in. We were literally making bags to order. We'd have these little pretend bag packages, and then if someone orders something, we'd bag it up really quickly by hand and slowly fill in the shelves.
Yeah, because we would make the blends, and then we would ask the person to wait while we sat at this table and bagged it into tea bags by hand.
From shop one, we needed to grow to a little bit larger shop because we would have people out the door waiting on their little packages of tea. Went to a little bit larger shop, and then our vision was a place where people could come and just be. We didn't want to have a store, we wanted to have a community space, and so that was our reason of going into the biggest final location. Was people would come and they would sip on tea and they would play games. It was no computers. We never allowed laptops.
No Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi. There had to be actual conversation or silence or whatever you wanted to do, but there was just not technology. And it isn't just this magical thing that like, if you make it, they will come. Like, we cared. And you could feel it when you walked in the space. Joel built every square inch by hand.
Yeah, and we would spend a lot of effort and time working with our crew, our employees, so that we were all on the same board together, trying to offer the same experience to everybody who walked in the door. And there was always enough people walking in the door for all of us to stay super busy.
Yeah. We fermented our own beverages and had a potion parlor and served tea and had our apothecary. And
there was a lot going on.
Mercy. There was a lot going on, and we loved it. We actually, sad enough, the New Year's Eve before that march, we looked at each other and we said, we've made it. This is everything we ever dreamed.
We did. We said that out loud.
We've got it. We're here. And then a tornado blew it all away.
We're like, we just need to keep it like this. If we
Let's just keep it like this
and have a smooth year or two without moving
without any
shops
change
or whatever.
And then the tornado
2 months
picked it
later.
up. But it opened up opportunity because when we had that shop, we were just down. Like, you're just running the shop. It was busy from the moment those doors opened.
We didn't have the space or the energy to really think outside of those
outside of those walls. Yeah,
what we were doing.
So we looked up for a second COVID locked down the world 2 weeks later, so we're not gonna be like, let's open up another shop when we can't open one up. And so it was like, we go online. And so that was just the obvious choice. And so we learned how to do that. Good Lord, we're still learning how to do that. And then we just really looked deep inside. And so we said, what matters? What matters the most? And I said, I want to teach. And that matters the most to me, is passing this on. And I asked him, I was like, when you're 80, what do you want to know that you did? And
I just wanted to spend time in the woods.
Exactly, that was his answer. And we said, we love the forest. That's what, so we want, and then together we said, what if we knew what we'd saved forests when we're 80? And so that was the next part of what we became, was, okay, so we're going to teach and we're going to save forests. How are we going to save forests? We didn't know yet, but we knew we were going to. After leaving, getting out of the shop and getting into this huge world of online, what we found to be the main important thing is creating a link of community, because you can't expand to the size of online, but your community can. So like linking up with our Appalachian Beginning Forest Farming Coalition, linking up with like United Plant Savers, finding these links out there has then, crazy enough, allowed us to return back to our roots, because there's the Herb Hub associated with the coalition, and I can order up perilla and these local and small growers and spice bush and fresh pine. And so we're able to get back to this smaller sourcing that we always dreamed of, because our community got bigger. And we're learning, if we just are super authentic to who we are and what we're doing and do it really well, I think it's working.